I just Googled best underwear for swamp ass because I've got so much, so many problems.
That's in your search engine forever.
I did.
Best underwear for swamp ass.
What did you learn?
Major
brands, off brands,
all of the above. Under Armour. There's several others I hadn't heard of.
Did you? I'm really tempted to try that new stuff with the cool fabric.
I'd like to try that. I've heard of that.
My nephew bought a shirt. I mean, when you feel it in the store, it is not. It's not cotton. It's not whatever
it's different.
That dry fit stuff is, but it's literally made to be cooler.
A lot of people are advising me for my PRI to go with different underwear and change out of it as soon as I'm done at the gym. Don't even drive home with it. The 15-minute drive home to shower. Shower at the gym every day and immediately put on new underwear.
Are you ashamed of your nakedness?
Always have been. Yes, I am.
Is that what's stopping you?
Yes.
Is there anyone else that fully showers at the gym?
Some.
Yeah.
I mean, a few. And, of course, I'm ashamed of my nakedness. I'm fully shaved.
If there was some sort of a product or apparatus, somebody mentioned to me that, it would be nice if you could put like there's no better word for it, a tampon-like product there to keep it from getting sweat on it while you're working out, and then it would heal.
That'd be nice. I mean, that would be really great.
Now, I don't know the geography down there that you got going on, but is there something that could go there that or would it be too?
I think it'd be too invasive.
Cotton balls.
It'd be too. I think it'd be
cotton balls or
no. I think it'd be too.
Or a pad of some sort.
Well, a lot of people said wad up toilet paper and put it there to absorb.
Well, that wouldn't last long.
That won't stay in place.
But you need something that's sturdy.
No.
It'd be difficult.
That'll fall out in the rowboat.
What about a panty? What about a panty liner?
I thought about that. Now we're going to garments. And somebody said, I just got the email this weekend, if you're shaving there, and I do, you have to put lidocaine, something with lidocaine to ease that, an aloe lidocaine combo to try and ease it. So maybe I don't know.
So you're shaved for the 4th of July?
Well, I need a touch up, but I will be.
Will you take off the nipple hair? That was a thing rolling around Barstool over the weekend.
Just read it. That 40% of guys
shave nipples.
Shave nipple hair. And yes, I will and I do. I will.
Down to nothing?
Yes. I don't like but that's hard to get.
Risky,
that's
man.
hard to get at.
They get squiggly.
They do, and it's
You talking about your hairs or your nipples?
Both. I do. I have and will, but that's a sensitive area. It's
high risk.
That nipple hair area, it really is.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the emergency room without a nip. Can you reattach it?
But that bleeds.
They don't grow back, do they?
Terrible.
His nipple fell off.
No.
It's not like a leg on an octopus.
No.
What do they call that? Regeneration?
No, I don't think so. Rosebud.
Or a tail on a newt.
Yeah.
Rosebud, you have a suggestion. Go ahead.
Yeah, P1 Salisbury. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. You could use what I politely refer to as a man pond, which is 3 pieces of toilet paper folded in half and folded in half again and wedged between your cheeks to protect your sensitive area, and then you just stand up and go about your day. I do it all the time.
You do, and it does absorb the sweat.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
How, if I may ask, Rosebud, how does one and when does one remove the pads? The man pond.
Well, see, that's the thing. You got to remember that it's back there because next thing you know, you go to shower and you wonder what this mucky mess is back there, and it turns out it's toilet paper.
Or you sit down to take a load,
and then
drop off a load.
Yeah, and then look what happens.
And then what happens?
It's all cottonelle.
It's gift wrapped.
It's not even my birthday.
But what about when you're active?
Honey,
thank you, Rosebud.
come look at this.
I'd be afraid.
I mean, when you're running on the treadmill, trying to be the fastest man in the world, and then you go over there and spread your legs to row that dry boat.
This brown and red paper falling out of your leg holes.
It'd be awful.
Then you're out there.
Listen to what you fit people do. You're wedging TP up your bunghole. I might die in my 50s, but it'll be with dignity.
Nobody said it was easy.
With the sphincter of a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
That's right.
You may go out in your 80s but outlive me by 30 years, but I'll go out with dignity.
Now,
Have you tried the new pastes?
Yeah, it's just not. It's not going to be there. It's just not
You
going
can
to be
hear it
there.
in the voice.
It's just not going to happen.
Even Buffalo.
No, even Buffalo.
Buffalo's finest.
But not yet. I mean, I still will continue, but it has been a real challenge. Things just kind of alleviate for a couple of days, and then it comes right back.
Convinced it's the sweat that drips back there.
I think you're right.
It just won't heal.
I always picture it like an army that retreats and regroups.
I know.
All right, they sent in some new special forces. We got to regroup here, and we'll take them over in time.
Now listen to this. This is the health report. Now Dave doesn't like a health report. All right,
He said so.
But I'll tell you, even old curmudgeonly, I don't like this Dave is going to be fascinated by this story. I couldn't believe it when I read it.
Serve it up.
There is a girl. She's 15. Her name's Abigail Beck in Arizona, and she's being written up in the Journal of Medicine now, the New England Journal of Medicine, because she has become the latest of roughly 100 cases all time that has what's known as, I hope I pronounce this, aquagenic urticaria, which means she's allergic to water, literally allergic to water. She says if she ever drinks water, she vomits. If she cries, her tears feel like acid rolling down her cheeks. And she says, I don't know what to do. Her parents are like, we're at our wits' end. You know, we've tried. And, of course, they took forever to diagnose her because she was vomiting constantly. And she's like, plus, water is in everything. I mean, anything you
Including
eat,
your body already.
your whole body. And she says, I have no urge to drink water. I haven't had a glass of water in 2 years. That's when they first discovered why it was. She was having so many problems. Well, it turns out they give her, what do they call them, tablets that will... hydration tablets is all she takes, and she can't have anything to drink, and that works for her at least enough. Doctors are now considering an IV line to give her more fluids as a permanent treatment. She would just always walk around with an IV because she can't have any water. Have you ever heard of anything like that? That's amazing. I mean,
I didn't think tears were water. I thought that was a whole different.
I know, a different thing, but I guess they must have water in them.
Yeah, I guess.
And she says she cannot cry because that's the worst thing.
Are tears salty?
Yes, I think they are.
Used to be.
When I
There's a
taste
song about it. You ain't worth the salt on
on
my
my
tears.
tears.
I taste my own often,
Ew.
and it is salty. Yeah. She takes rehydration tablets and pure pomegranate juice. That's what she lives on. And it is, she says, I slip up sometimes and will have something with water in it, and immediately I know.
Huh.
That's got to be awful, doesn't it? She has hives all over her body if she ever has any water near her.
Is there hope for her to live to 50? What you said, she's 15?
She's 15. They didn't
Made it
even
that
say
long.
they're studying her intensely because literally there've been 100 cases all time.
Yeah.
And what they don't have, which they're trying to develop, is an EpiPen that would help her in case she had water. But to cure
How
the
many times can you jab yourself in the leg?
I know, really, and she didn't even have that yet.
Does she drink milk
It didn't say milk. It says
or maybe wine? I mean, there's not much water in wine.
Maybe,
is there?
maybe.
It's all grape.
She's 15.
yeah. Eventually, I guess she could
Who
have.
cares
wine.
at this point? Live your life.
Well, she says if I ever have water, my chest hurts really bad, my heart starts beating really fast, and I vomit. So I don't know if she can have wine. There are other things. She said pomegranate juice and some energy drinks. I could get her on Celsius.
Yeah.
That's my
There's no
energy.
water in that.
Nothing natural in it.
No, not a thing. A quick update here on something. This is a sports report. On Friday, we mentioned this squirrel that was on the baseball field at the Pirates game against the Cubs. You want to talk about a Dave Aiken dating game? I'll tell you. You know who didn't like this, by the way? This was the call of the squirrel on the field.
Oh, here we go. I mean, this is just straight out of
I feel like I'm watching the Benny Hill show right now.
something like that. Things got squirrely in Pittsburgh.
All right, that was the call. We called it a Dave Aiken dating game because he referenced the Benny Hill show. And a squirrel in Pittsburgh, which really has nothing to do with the Benny Hill show. But they were talking about, well, you know who wanted to capitalize on this? Pecan Man. He emails. Pecan Man hates squirrels. And he says, one more reason to hate them. They interrupt America's national pastime. And then he says, another reason for me to hate the Pirates, too. I hate the Pirates. Huge Orioles fan. Still mad about 1979.
Wow.
Pirates beat Orioles in 7 in 1979 in the World
This guy
Series.
concerns me.
And he says, and I hate Sister Sledge. Now,
The We Are Family
We Are
team.
Family.
There's a dating game.
That's what I thought. Oh, my God.
That was the team's theme song that year.
In 1979, the Pirates theme song was We Are Family by Sister Sledge. They played it everywhere. I mean, it's all over the place.
Everywhere.
And I think the Orioles were favored in that World Series, and the Pirates got them in 7. And Pecan Man still hasn't forgotten. He said, yet one more reason to hate the Pirates. This was in Pittsburgh where the squirrel was on
Was
the
that
field.
the year that did the Steelers win too?
Yeah.
Same year?
That was their year.
They were on top of the world.
On Sports Illustrated, what was it? Willie Stargell and
Terry Bradshaw, I think,
were on the cover.
Yeah.
Of Sports, because they both, it was like Championship City or something. You know?
They in those French Foreign Legion hats. The pirates back then.
Yes. With the
Is that what they
stars.
were?
Yeah, with the stars.
The weird stripes.
Yes, they had the stripes on them, and if they got like a most valuable player, they'd stick a star up there next to the P.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Didn't the Penguins win that year too? Wasn't that like a Pittsburgh year or something?
No, I don't.
Was
think
that
it was
later?
just the two. I think just the two won. The Penguins in '79. That had to be the Islanders that won it.
I don't know.
I didn't think they'd start winning until the 90s,
the
80s, but maybe you're right.
I don't think.
Maybe it was the 80s.
Flyers, but anyway, they won it. Both those teams won it, and Pecan Man says, "I can't stand it." And everywhere,
It's a long, healthy hatred.
Boy, I'm telling you, how many years is that now? We're closing in on 50 years.
Who were the Orioles stars in '79?
Well, Jim Palmer, my favorite announcer.
Yes.
The Candyman was Candy Maldonado on that, or Tippy Martinez.
Okay.
Tippy Martinez on that thing. Eddie Murray.
Okay.
Earl Weaver's the manager. I don't know past that. Cal Ripken hadn't started there yet,
He wasn't there yet.
but Pittsburgh got him. I watched that World Series. That's one of the first World Series. Probably the third one I ever watched.
Three River Stadium.
Yeah, played in Three Rivers, and they'd play this song all the time. Well, Pecan Man can't stand them, and he can't stand the squirrel, and it's another reason for him to hate the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'll tell you, one of the biggest Yankee fans in the world was under siege this weekend. Did you see Rudy Giuliani get hit while he was in that grocery store?
No.
Somebody came up to Rudy Giuliani. They hit him. I just saw it today for the first time. Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, was actually campaigning, or he was getting ready to campaign for his son, but he just stopped. His son is running for some office there. But he just stopped into a ShopRite grocery store to do a little shopping and use the bathroom. Now, he's 78. There's just surveillance camera of the footage of this. But he was talking to a woman named Rita Johnson. And she says, I was shoulder to shoulder with him. They were taking a selfie together. And one of the employees from the ShopRite came by and smacked him on the back. It looked like he was like going to come up and pat him on the back, like, good job. But he hits him hard. And Giuliani, who's, getting older, really was rattled. This is the witness who was she was taking the selfie with him.
I was doing my normal, usual grocery shopping here in ShopRite, and when I happened to see the former Mayor Giuliani, I went up to him, said hello. He was more than cheerful to say hello to me, and I wanted to take a photo with him. Exactly when I was ready to take this photo, a gentleman that works here hit him open-handedly in the back, closer to his neck, and said to him, "Hey, you f***ing scumbag."
God, I miss New York.
Lord.
Well, there was no mistaking what that was there.
Hey. You blanking scumbag.
That's a great description there from Miss Johnson, who was.
Well, every New Yorker has witnessed a crime, so they're very good about describing.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
They're very good about getting details.
Here, you don't
remember
get them as much, but there, absolutely. So he was shocked, as you can imagine, and so they've arrested this guy for hitting him in the back. They called it an assault, which I suppose it was.
Yeah.
Came up with him, but I loved her. I loved her description of it because
Can I use your toilet? You have to buy something, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
That's all he was going to do.
How about some jujubes?
He goes out and does his own shopping.
Well, and he was on the way. He was on the way to campaign
rally?
for his son. Yeah, who's running for?
Is he running for like governor?
I don't know what he's running for.
I think it might be
In the
governor
state
of the
of New York.
state. I don't know.
But anyway, and it wasn't a friendly. It wasn't a friendly.
I've seen the video. It
Yeah.
was definitely a harder smack,
hit.
but I wouldn't. I mean, it's not something I would do to an older man. That's for sure.
No,
It was more, but I mean, it wasn't like he reared back and nailed him. But
yeah.
it definitely was not a friendly.
No.
Welcome to ShopRite.
I'll tell you who it reminded me of. It reminded me of like when a coach would say hey to you, like a football coach would slap you on the back. There he is.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
Kind of a harder slap. Definitely not something I would have done to an elderly person.
Okay, there you are. And it was bad. He was knocked around a little bit.
Yeah.
I need your hair dye in the bathroom.
Or just shoe polish.
Like right now. There is new audio of us as well. This is slow motion audio. Now, this is probably the, fifth or sixth example of this? It started with Uncle Sam a couple of months ago. And he's behind the paywall here. Two guys named Chris, Ultimate P1 package, which costs $3.29 a month. And as we noted earlier, once you become a member of the club, you can never get out of that.
Never leave.
No, you cannot leave. Many people email me and say, how do I get out? I say, you can't.
Nobody knows.
I'm sorry, we're going to take you for $3.29 for the rest of your life. Okay, every month for the rest of your life, in perpetuity. Now, Uncle Sam was back there and accidentally listened to segments of this program in slow motion. And he says it's completely changed his life because he likes it so much when we sound drunk that he continues to search for them and listen to everything in slow motion and then sends us what he thinks are the best ones.
Now, Kelly, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you told me that this is his best yet.
I think it is. I don't know if Biggie would agree. He's heard it. What do you think?
I still like others more.
Okay. That's fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of good
This
ones.
is great. Don't get me wrong, but I think Digging a Hole is still
Digging a Hole is
tops.
Yeah.
If you're looking for that, just go on our regular site, search Digging a Hole, and you'll find it.
In front of the paywall.
In front of the paywall.
I don't know if you can do that. Stop saying those things.
Just hit a search of Digging a Hole, and you'll be all right. Yeah, you'll find it. But on that particular day, we were talking about how hard it is to dig a hole, and Uncle Sam said, wait till you hear this in slow motion. This clip is about a discussion, Tom Cruise versus Tom Hanks. I had seen Top Gun Maverick, said it was the best movie I've seen in decades. Dave said, all right, gun to your head, you're on a desert island, you get to take the entire library of either Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise on DVD. You have a DVD player and a TV. And I first said Tom Hanks, then flipped to Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm. And in this one, for the first time, we're also taking a phone call. So here's the discussion. Tom Hanks versus Tom Cruise if you had to pick one of their libraries forever. It's over. It's Cruise.
Problems with immigration.
It's Cruise. I'm sorry.
I don't think you're convinced.
I mean, I'm 60% Cruise right now. Corey, which do you take, Cruise or Hanks if you're on a desert island?
Oh, Cruise for sure. I mean, you got Days of Thunder. What, A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson. You got Jack Reacher.
It's over. It's over.
Stop the
fight. It's done.
Ding, 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 ding.
There it is. That's the latest. He says it sounds sexual when I'm going on. That was Uncle Sam's favorite part. Mm-hmm. Dave, your thoughts?
All it took was A Few Good Men.
Yeah. I forgot about that one. It's not my favorite. It's good.
Yeah.
But there are others that are.
Uncle Sam likes the over the top nature of the A Few Good Men comment. Corey, which do you take, Cruise or Hanks if you're on a desert island?
Oh, Cruise for sure. I mean, you got Days of Thunder. What, A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson. You got Jack Reacher.
It's over. It's over.
That's either sexual or you trying to take a dump.